All right. And we are live. The last word with Lord Cognito and Ebontis. Friday morning campfire, man. And normally, man, I'd be like all like super energetic and crazy. We still energetic and we still hype, but it's a lot going on this week, right? There's a lot going on. And
To
I
say
know
the
me and
least.
you, to say the least, right? So me and you had some real good discussions and just everything that's going on right now in the world and stuff like that. And I definitely appreciate the phone call you made. And we had a lot to talk about. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, we know what's going on in the world today. We know the climate right now. Tensions are high. People are down. People are up. You know, but I want to give it back to you, E, because you said a lot of things that resonated with me, and I really appreciate that. So let's just get to it, man. Let's just get to
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Mhm.
I've watched a lot of things recently. Many have set in a way that hopefully the world doesn't forget, but I just kind of
Mhm.
worked on something yesterday, so I wanted to read this to you guys, and all I can say is here we go.
Here we go, baby. Let's do it.
Um, so basically, I'll just start at the top. Before we get started today, I wanted to wrote something I wrote with regards to the events currently happening in this country. Here we go, everybody. Strap in.
Strap in, baby.
There's something deeply wrong with the way many of us live our lives, and we can no longer pretend to be ignorant or turn a blind eye to the blatant and painfully widespread racism towards black people in the United States of America. This problem runs so deep that many of us that call ourselves Americans might need to ask ourselves what that means. This country was founded on a principle that all men are created equal, and yet from the beginning, we were hypocrites. The black people who live in this country have faced racism, slavery, inequality, and have been treated as inferior people for centuries, for no other reason than the color of their skin. Do they have lungs that breathe the air the same way white people do? Yes. Do they have a heart that pumps blood through their veins? Yes. Do they have a brain that is capable of so many amazing things? Yes. But somehow, each black person in this country has faced a different journey in life that has been filled with fear, angst, and desperation at every turn. This country is proud to use the word freedom fairly liberally as something important to its core values. We have fought wars to protect that very idea. In those wars, there have been both white and black soldiers, many of whom have given their lives, and yet, for those black soldiers who survived and were able to return home after seeing the awful acts of wartime and have been scarred by images of death and destruction, did they get to return home to America to enjoy their, quote, freedom? No. Some went back into slavery for the men of which they just fought a war. Some faced insurmountable inequality at every turn, and that feeling of freedom was just a fleeting idea lost to persecution, lack of opportunity, and fair treatment. We try to tell ourselves that as a country we have made progress over the years and decades, that things are getting better, but it's clear from recent events that they are most definitely not. The video that many have seen of George Floyd, a man whose life was taken from him by a white police officer who literally crushed the life out of him slowly and painfully for more than 8 minutes, is atrocious. What that officer did was unforgivable, and I do hope he is punished to the fullest extent of the law, but there is still a bigger issue surrounding that video, and it's the lack of action by everyone else around him. The video is shot by someone who watched a man die without doing anything to stop it. The other officers, over the course of George Floyd's slow death, chose to ignore his pleas for help as he was running out of air. All too often, we choose to do nothing, and that choice to avoid confrontation and force people to change and do the right thing cost a man the rest of his days on this earth. The idea that any person deserves to live their life more than any other person just because they have a different color skin is unconscionable. Black people in this country have every right to be treated as equals and should be by all of us, not just some. We now have to be better than our forefathers who founded this country. As a white male, I have zero understanding of what it is like to be a black person in this country, but I do know wrong and terrible actions when I see them. We cannot sit on the sidelines any longer. It is time to band together as one people, fighting for equality for our black brothers and sisters, so that one day our Constitution might be something we can actually live up to. So whether it is voting for the right person in office who will help push these issues to the top of the pile to try and be fixed, or donating to many different foundations and organizations that can help in ways that we don't even know, sitting idly is no longer an option. So please, do all that you can so the black people of this country can one day say that freedom is a... Sorry, almost made it.
You almost made it.
Freedom is a value of the American people, and they are proud to say it because one day it might be true.
No doubt, man. Look, E, that was beautiful. Me and you have talked for hours, and I want to say, first of all, brother, I am so proud of you. I am proud to call you my friend. I love you. You know, since I met you, I felt we had a kinship, and these are the reasons why. You know, and coming from you, you know, it truly resonates. You know, this is something that I've been dealing with, like I told you, my entire life. A lot of people from color have been dealing with our entire lives. And it really, really helps to hear all of us come together and not accept just lip service or a corporate hashtag or whatever. But the reality is, everything that you poured your heart into, us coming together, this is part of the process for enacting change. And it has to happen now. I mean, this has to be a moment where we look at this moment as a watershed moment for America, and obviously to now enact change so that the future generations, our sons, our daughters, they don't have to go through that, you know? So, you know, obviously I don't like to get too political on a lot of my platforms and stuff like that, but obviously this has been weighing down on us. And the only thing I will say is I've also been doing some educating myself, you know, and guilty of maybe worrying too much at the top level as far as political stuff and systematic, you know, police brutality that needs to be changed, but also we're looking at the local level. I want to thank a lot of my writers, lordsofgaming.net specifically, Josh Redding. Me and him had similar talk, how I've had with you. Yeah. And a lot of it, man, is just what you did. He's like, yo, man, what can I do to help? Right? What can I do? And the main thing is just listen. Like, listen, empathize. We're all human beings. You know what I'm saying? We all bleed the same color blood. And we will get through this. We will get through this. But overall, strategize, mobilize, educate yourself, everyone that's listening, you know, and we will get through this and we will make change happen. I firmly believe this feels different than any other time. You know what I'm saying? So, again, thank you for that. Thanks to chat for everybody for listening. You know what I'm saying? You know, we didn't want to get too preachy, but you know, we definitely wanted to say what we've been feeling and what we've been suffering, because it's been a rough couple of weeks to say. You know,
it's. But as I said, it's like, from my perspective, I have no point, and I've heard it said out there, and it was one of the things that probably just makes it the simplest piece of like simplest way for me to understand that I have absolutely no clue. And it was just a very simple idea that one person says, and it's the exact same for me. If I get pulled over for a speeding ticket, all I am is annoyed that I potentially got a speeding ticket. What's this going to do to my driving record or my insurance? Not the fact that somebody who sees lights behind them and they're fearful for their life at every time that happens.
Yeah.
And that is, I've never thought that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is, well, I guess I was going to say it. It's just, I'm not going to say it's willful ignorance. It's ignorance because it's there. And it's just one of those things that you don't think about. But it's like this very sad and unfortunate moment has hopefully opened a lot of people's lives or eyes to see that it's not the same out there.
Exactly. And like you said it beautifully. I mean, all it comes down to, right, is empathy, right? You know, even if someone doesn't fully understand or doesn't fully, you know, have gone through the experience, you know, obviously as a black man, yes, I've gone through it, but it's empathy. And that's the thing. A lot of people have to shed that lack of empathy because they're holding on to certain things. that's really not important. What should be important is human life. What should be important is, stopping police brutality and making things fair so that people have to adhere to the law. But look, man, like I said, I couldn't have said it any better than you said it. And we will get through it. We will get through it. And what the cool thing about this, what I like is that another thing that we all have, besides the fact that we're brothers, we're humans, we also have gaming. We got common bonds, right? That bring us together. And that's what I like. And that's one thing I respect about the last word and what we do. And I respect, like I said, I respect to call you a friend and a brother. And we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it, man. But thanks for sharing. Thanks for listening. Everybody in the chat. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, he hits me too, man. I was holding it up too. he hit me too, man. He's a special guy. He's a special guy. I had to tweet it out after our phone conversation. You doing that, it resonates, brother. It truly does, man. So thank you. And let's have some show. Let's have some fun. Let's lighten the mood a little bit.
Yeah.
So we got deep. We got deep. But
all I can say is don't let these times be for nothing.
Yes.
Make sure you find a way to do something.
Yes.
Whether it be donating, go to Black Lives Matter. There's a lot of places out there. Lots of things, lots of websites.
Yes.
And yeah, just don't make this time be for nothing.
Absolutely. This is a moment that can't be missed. Also, if anybody needs resources and just, you know what I'm saying, like any information, please, hit us up. I can send you links. There's a beautiful documentary I'm actually watching right now. It's called Brown Eyes and Blue Eyes Experiment by Jane Elliott. It's excellent from the young level, just from kids, how it just chose to show you how things are instilled. And man, like it's a lot of stuff, brother. Yeah, we'll put the links up. He's got some links in there. I'll put some stuff in there right now as well. Just educate, that's the main thing. Educating yourself so that we can understand how to tackle this thing, man. But yeah, that's what I got. But apparently some things also are going on in the world too today, right?
Yeah. In the world of Destiny, at least. So we are a gaming podcast, so we were going to transition back to what you guys came for, but just like anything else, silence isn't an option. So
absolutely,
it's been an interesting few days in the world of this game. And it's also been weird. I listened to DCP last night, and they said it as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird time to want to be excited about something like this.
Yeah.
I was like, but in turn, I was like, as you guys have hopefully seen on Twitter or not, the company that makes this game, fully behind all of this stuff going on. And just like between the people that work there, that they are completely behind the email. I don't know if you saw the 2-word joking email that was forwarded around, all of that stuff. They're one of the good ones. So
yes,
it makes it it makes it a little easier to be like, all right, I can support this one.
Exactly, absolutely.
But we've been getting a lot of teasers.
Ooh, have we?
With regards to, well, it started last week, literally during the podcast, and we got this creepy sound wave picture.
Yes,
of
the fake
triangular nature. And that's where it started. And we're like, all right. And they're like, hey, it was the TWAB said, make sure you watch the Bungie Twitter. And we're like, okay, podcast in the morning. Like weird alien SMR, like creepy noises happened. And then it's just been kind of ongoing for the week of little teasers that they're dropping. Cinematic happened in game. Which I honestly sometimes forget is still even like, some of it's in game, some of it's on Twitter. I'm always like, which side is which? I'm trying to remember the order of the days because Wednesday and Thursday were the two cinematics, and then Tuesday, I guess at Reset, was the first one with Jupiter, correct?
Yes.
So in chronological order, after we got the audio tease, Tuesday started when we logged in game, and it was a leaked cinematic that someone had seen, but we just didn't talk about it that much. But it is kind of the sun on Jupiter's like part edge, and you see the planet rotating, and as the little like ominous tone comes in, a little pyramid ship's like pops in the last couple seconds, a very distinct sharp edge like triangle, just like the pyramid ships that we've seen.
Oh yeah.
So that already got me basically recording a video on Tuesday to say, why is there a ship by Jupiter when our Rasputin's wall shows they're barely in the world of orbits? And again, there's a joke coming up and you just have to blow past it. They're inside Uranus. So, but yeah, I mean, you go Neptune for like proximity to the sun. You go Neptune, they crossed over that one. They made it to Uranus. And then this week, they were like one ship's like light bright size inside of like to that free space between Saturn and Uranus. So the timing of them making it to roughly Saturn, making it roughly to Saturn.
You're on fire right now.
I know. I can't help it. It's too much.
You're on
It's
fire
too much.
right now. Keep talking.
Between Saturn and I can't even say it anymore, but that's the problem. So
Mr. Cat said, hey now. Yo, the chat is on fire. Continue.
yeah. So
yeah.
But yeah, the timing works that they're pretty much going to kind of end this season at about Saturn, basically.
Yeah.
We kind of thought that was like the light bright spacing, and they seem like they're going to get roughly there. So my first question is, why the hell has Rasputin not shown us this little guy on his wall? Because they're outside Saturn, and this is like at Jupiter. So I know, I almost said it.
Yes, you almost said it.
You guys are dying over there.
I
can't. We need to send a drone to Uranus. Yeah, you guys are just, there's gonna be a lot of jokes this morning. So at least we started serious because that has been thrown out the window.
Extra set, behave. I see you.
But yeah, like the first thing is like, so what does that imply? Is we've got a ship that Rasputin either can't see. I mean, we're in the world of space magic. I'm like, cloaking. You never know. It's like, it sounds stupid, but it's like, never know if it's like a scout type ship or something that's like, I'm close enough to the planet you can't make a distinction between me. Like, who knows? But he's not on the damn, like that ship is not on the pyramid
that
wall.
Thing's not on the thing. You're right.
So
that's a good point.
What do you even think of that? Does that even matter? Or is it just like a cinematic teaser like the rest of these things?
No. I think there's significance. Because at the end of the day, you know, Bungie has been specific about highlighting with the Seraph, the bunkers and stuff about, you know, where it's at. Now, I know Trams, he's saying that he doesn't feel it's accurate. He said, because when Rasputin was talking to Zavala, the hologram showed more ships closer. I will say this. The reason why I'm leaning towards your theory, kind of where you're going with it, is that I feel that in order to set up the eventual DLC, right?
Yeah, the false.
Because we gonna get into it. We got trailers. We got stuff to talk about.
And nothing's like leaked anymore. It's all official. So.
Yeah, it's all official now. So I always got this feeling like they would send an emissary first, like a scout, or like, you know what I'm saying? So a representative.
That's always the question: is what's on the moon?
Right. Because here's the thing. When we end Garden of Salvation, spoilers if you haven't ended it by now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
9 months later.
Like, bro,
it's time.
9 months later, come on now, I got to talk about it. But, you know, the thing is this, like, their whole thing was not to be initially combative with us. The thought process was like, yo, you know, could be like, you know, don't join us almost in a way. Like, don't necessarily look at us as the enemy. You know what I'm saying? We can be great being you together, kind of a bit. Almost like a forsaken the light, look at what we could give you. You know what I'm saying? Almost like what you've been lied to in a way. So I would feel that before coming to obliterate us, you know what I'm saying, that they would want to negotiate, right? Now, obviously, the storyline could set up and then, you know, we go at them and whatever, what have you. But I definitely think that maybe there's a reason behind that particular setup. Like, we're going to deliver the terms to you. Now, if you don't comply, see, now this is where this story could be fire. And I hope I'm not over-guessing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope, you know what I'm saying, Bungie's really in their bag with this, because they have to knock it out the park. Because we all agree, Season of the Worthy, these last couple of, you know, just hasn't been up to
Season of the Worthy review is not going to be getting high marks.
Not gonna be up to standard. So I would like that, man. I would like that. Crystal says they want the Guardians. I mean, what better tool for darkness than one crafted by light? Yeah, I think we're in this possible negotiation phase once they get there by possibly that one ship. Like, what do you think?
I was like, unfortunately, it's a video game and we have to shoot stuff.
Yes.
So
no, I didn't say we're gonna agree. Yeah, I get.
No, I was like, believe me, in theory,
a message. Yeah,
in theory, it would be cool. Yeah, it's like maybe you come to the negotiation table and they don't even care because then they're gonna like take you out right there type thing. You know, red wedding moment of false peace. But
yes,
it's weird because like the darkness and the light, the yin and yang, the traveler, and we don't know if it's the pyramid ships, and that is why that could be a question. Is there, somebody in my Twitch chat even said, is there a greater force that the pyramid ships may at some point like want to help us with? Or is there a weird like coming to, well, I mean, that was the mention of like Savathun being 2 years more powerful and all this other stuff of like infinitely growing. Like if the pyramid ships are not related to her, she is still out there as the looming other hive celestial god to a point. Like, she's it. She's the biggest and most powerful. So, and then the other question is, or are these pyramid ships just a giant ruse and not anything that we expect? Is it something completely different?
Now, when you say completely different from the darkness?
Well, everybody expects like the veil. Most people expect the veil by the like silhouette covered statues and like that type of stuff. It seems fitting, but is this just like a giant curveball or something? And these pyramid ships aren't the same as the pyramid ships in the moon, or they are, but they're not. I don't know. Like, I'm very much in the dark, but like it would be cool if they just threw a giant plot curveball. Like, oh, didn't see that one coming, did you? Like, I would like one of those moments of like, oh damn, they went there.
See, I'm different though. We got to talk about these trailers. And I'm gonna tell you where I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine. So Tuesday was the Jupiter trailer, and for an update as well, the Almighty was bigger, like lots bigger in the sun, in the tower space. So we know the Almighty still has to get resolved. Now, what day that's gonna happen? My honest suspicion is today. Now, I don't know, but it's usually when server like ticks kind of update between trials and Zur. Like there's enough things that happen at this reset, they'd be like, and whatever's gonna happen, go. Like do all that stuff at the same time seems fitting. And if not today, then my hunch is honestly gonna be, is it gonna be that like 9 a.m. Tuesday or like the day before? Or I don't know. If it's not today, I'm honestly ultra clueless. So but it still has to blow up. Right?
It has to happen. I think we are in agreement that it happening on reset in conjunction with a new season might be too much. So
it feels like it gets lost at that point.
Yeah, I'm feeling like, yo, we got to get it like today. You know what I'm saying? Like I would say, you know, something, the cinema or something, because what if the Almighty is the next season? Nah, Almighty's out of here, man. This has gone on long enough.
I was like, I think it's going to get blown up. There have been rumored leaks, spoiler warning for like 10 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Of damage to the tower. So at some point, like something may like graze the tower, but we don't know the other implications of that. We've joked about it before. Anyway, spoiler over. But at some point, Rasputin has to do his thing. Yeah, we think that was the whole point of the season. Yeah, fire upon the Almighty. It's not small. Somebody also mentioned either in my comments. Somebody said the Almighty is like powered by a black hole. I'm like, I have no idea if that's true, but it's also like, it's got enough power to suck up the energy of a sun is what it was going for, right? Right. So it's got some ginormous power source, or if a black hole is able, whatever it is, it's like, it's pretty large. So it's like, maybe it's like by exploding the Almighty, we unleash some like thing, and that thing just actually does explode and pieces of the Almighty go everywhere. Who knows? But it's got to happen in a couple days at a minimum, like today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday. Like there's only 4 real options left. So I will be definitely watching very intently in the tower. Like, as I said, my Zur video is going to be delayed. So if you guys want to see if it's delayed today, or if it's today, I'll be streaming at about noon, looking up in the sky. So
I think so too, because also when we've been logging in, you know, I've been talking, like the music has changed. Everything, like it's a more
IO's changed.
Yeah, IO's change. It's just very ominous. Something's happening about to happen music.
Yep.
So, I anticipate extra set. Shout out to extra set in chat. If they don't do it today, it's going to be overshadowed by a reveal event later on. Yeah, that's how I feel, right? So, like, let's get it today, knock it out, whatever. If we have debris, great. If we don't, we'll see. And then, because to me, Tuesday is new season. And what's crazy is, which we're going to find out, we still don't know. Like,
we don't know the name of it.
The new season. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is really strange. So, like, we're gonna get into this.
And some people are honestly wondering, like, as it's redacted,
yes,
what, just in a business sake, how do you think this is going for? There are some people who are very connected, obviously, many in chat, many in Twitter who follow Bungie are excited.
Right.
There's people who don't give two F's about Twitter, and they're just like, what's coming next? Haven't heard anything. No websites talking about it. None of this stuff is like, IGN doesn't have, hey, here's the next expansion, here's the trailer, we're covering these are the features. Nothing. And they're just like, what? Like, or do they, and then it's like, the people who have the season pass, they're going to get it anyway. And the people who are going to do the individual season buy, they actually can't buy it until the season goes live.
Right.
So, I mean, on a business side, I don't know if they have that much to lose because the season people are already there. And then the people who buy it, they're just going to see it an hour before they buy it.
Right.
But that hype is going to be ultra high if they're like, oh, sweet, buy. Like, do you think it's a good marketing idea or do you think it's risky in any way? And then the other question would be, do you think this is like a one-time thing in the fall expansion? They can't really do stuff like this for a bigger expansion versus a season DLC. I was just kind of curious your thoughts between how these are going down.
Yeah, I think my gut tells me they normally don't do this. Let's just call it what it is, right? We by now would have the name of this season at minimum. That has been the cadence. That's been the pattern. My gut is telling me the reason why they are not telling us the name is because it's probably so closely tied into possibly what's coming next season that it's like, like some names are just a dead giveaway.
Oh,
and I think maybe this is one of those situations, like if they tell us like, oh, this is what's happening. Season of the you know what I'm saying?
There's like I mean, there's
like, oh,
season of the crypt, for example, would be like, okay, everybody knows what the hell. Like, and if you guys don't know, the Deep Zone crypt is on a different moon, not Europa, which we'll get all into that in a minute. But if they said they're like, oh, dude, this is like, and it's like one word gives it away, but it is a fitting title for the season. They just don't want to like spoil it for us. Like that, I could definitely see. And then my weird thing is the seasons have had loose thread connections, but we messed with like the time. So the Almighty, we're screwing with the sundial. So then like all the Scions were like, hey, we want to change the time one. We lost. Well, one other dude, hightailed it up to the Almighty. He's like, well, okay, you're going to ruin the Red Legion. So we're going to go blow up the last city. Okay, so the last city's about to get exploded, but we're going to blow up the Almighty. I'm still wondering, what is this in between seasons like?
Yeah,
story
it's so,
beat that connects Almighty to this, and then question mark to big fall expansion, which we're now seeing stuff about. We have to assume,
right? Which they're transparent about, right? That's
at least more so transparent. But there's some imagery. Yep. Yeah.
I was just saying, like, I've never seen this from them, right? They're literally promoting September way more than what's going to happen on Tuesday. So again, when I see that denotes to me that Tuesday is so the next season is directly connected that if they tell us, we are going to put it together, and they want that level of secrecy, they want that level of mystery to happen. Now, I could be wrong. I mean,
I'm the same boat. I'm in the exact same boat. Like
season of this that have nothing to do with this, then I'll be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it's man. I can't wait. Let me know when we talk about when we gonna talk about these trailers. I'm at the bell chomping, man. Ready.
I just love keeping you on the edge of your seat until we're like,
let's go.
It's like, and then it's like in the movie Gladiator, he's like, unleash hell, and it's like when they like go to battle or whatever.
Trams is waiting.
So Tuesday, Almighty, Jupiter, little triangle teaser. Wednesday, Twitter starts going at it. First one was a little 10-second teaser of said drifter coming out of a ship and then leaving and flying towards a planet, moon, whatever. And shout out to Bungie, because when they do put things in game, maybe they don't respect the world of space math, but at least in reference to pictures, they're usually decent about it.
Yes.
And if you look up images, because everybody's always wondering, like, hey, rumors, snow planet, what are like the snow moons that we could possibly go to? And there's been concept art of Europa and then Enceladus. Now, the Deep Stone Crypt is on Enceladus, which is a moon of Saturn. But it's also a very cleaner, like the moon itself is like much cleaner in the like satellite or space photos. Like they have some amazing shots of these like moons, like in insanely high detail. But they look very, very different. The Europa one looks like it's been like clawed at and scratched at, or has these rivers and canyons of like red over an icy planet surface. And that is exactly what it looks like this ship is flying towards in the little trailer. And then what do we see? In like what looks like a sci-fi movie, like rebreather mask thing, we see the Drifter like flip a coin and then set that coin on fire. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? So, Drifter going to basically what everybody has to assume is Europa. All right, this is open can of worms number one. Do you want me to do the other one? We just talk about them together.
Yeah, do the other two. Do the other two.
So then, yesterday, similar Twitter timeline. That's why they said follow us on Twitter. We see another major character, and this was our wonderful lady from Shadowkeep. We have Eris slowly trying to crawl her way across a basically blizzard-covered planet. Yeah, she's like got the mask and the eyes. You can still see the three eyes. It's still her. She doesn't have her orb out because, well, it's cold as hell. But you see like she's crawling over like ice and stuff, and there's one frame or two where you can see the ice is actually like got those like a little bit of like red kind of veiny energy. And then she's like, and then towards the end, she looks like she's either like doing like some energetic like guardian thing with her hand, or she's like pushing through like a force field. But yeah, like what? So we have Drifter going to Europa. Eris is on Europa. And then people start wondering is this going to be like the Avengers cast coming together? Are we going to get like one a day? Like who's dropping today? Like what's going? So those are the two trailers we've got as of 8:48 Central Time, my time this morning. I have seen nothing else yet. Now, if something drops in the course of the podcast, well, that'll be cool, but nothing yet.
Yeah, I think this is Destiny Endgame. I think this is what's going on. I think they are setting up the darkness in September. Listen, Luke Smith's word. You are not ready, right? You are not ready. This is the Endgame. Straight up, Dom. This is the Endgame, baby. Like, we gonna get all the major players that have loose story threads that have not been finished. You know what I'm saying? Eris is definitely at point. Obviously, she has a connection with the darkness. We just did Shadowkeep. We found out the pyramid ship was there. It's been there all this time. She's on the next move. All right, so she's there.
Yeah.
Drifter's the wild card. He ain't with the Guardian business. He's been using the darkness. Also, shout out to Bife, who we've had on. Shameless plug. I love saying that, by the way. I love that we can say that we had Bife. That's kind of awesome. But anyway, moving on, staying focused.
Nicest dude ever.
It's awesomest dude.
Seriously.
So the thing is, like, if I remember reading lore with the Drifter, I don't know if it was the Malfeasance lore or one of the lore pieces, and I wish Bife was here to correct me, that he and his crew, they got killed off by certain figures or darknessy kind of energy and entities.
And he was the only one that survived.
So he has a familiarity, right?
Yep.
So we got him as a player. We know how he feels about the Guardians, but he wants to use them. And then we got the whole choice thing that, remember, we need resolution with that choice. We still haven't had resolution with which side did you pick, the Drifter side, the Season of the Drifter, right? So we got him. He's a whole different wild card. Then should we just lay it all out with the Endgame, with the Avengers coming together?
I don't think there's anything else you can spoil because everything's been publicly tweeted, right?
Right. Now let's get back to the guard. Warlock, stand up. Let's get to the guard now. Dramatic, what's going on? You already know it's Osiris talk time. So here's the thing. After season of bringing back Saint 14.
Done.
Yep. Right? Done. He was in a ship. They had a lore piece.
Yep.
He was in a ship traveling to God knows where, and Sagira, his ghost, was getting worried about where they were. I'm just giving you a basic summary.
Yeah.
He's trying to get this information, this risky thing for whatever the hell he's doing. While it's there, they encounter what appears to be darkness-like energy in his ship or what have you, to the point where they think they might not make it and they're about to die. Like, this thing is really affecting him. He somehow escapes. So he has now encountered that. There is a potential that he could be going there. That's all I'm going to say based on that lore piece. Damn, I wish Bife was here because he would break it down way better than how I'm breaking it down.
He has some good videos I got to watch like today.
Yeah,
he has
he's
some
got
new
some good videos. So Osiris is in his bag. He found him a seed of metallic substance. Thank you, Crystal, for helping me because I'm butchering it. So that's that. Then the mind blown thing that you sent me today. Let's talk about it. From damage to tweet.
Oh, yeah.
And one word.
So
Break it down,
there's... I'm going to pull it up so I get it right.
Let's go. Endgame.
So
Avengers.
Dylan, DMG04, if you guys have seen him, community manager. Basically what he states is he says one word and it's soon. That's all he says. And then I know some people have been like digging back into old Destiny lore and stuff like that. And we have the gun, No Time to Explain. And the flavor text on that gun, a single word is etched onto the inside of the weapon's casing, and all it says is soon. Now, what is No Time to Explain related to, sir?
Let's get it. It's time to, we don't have time to explain what we have to. It's the stranger, baby. It's stranger danger. Let's go. It's time. We have not seen her since D1. The only information we have now, I believe it was Warmind. Again, my lore is shoddy. I wish Bife was here to correct me. But what I remember...
Anna Bray, and was it her sister?
Right.
Or
the sister. We got the connection with her with the braids. Right?
So, like, the stranger was the sister?
Yes.
Something like that.
She's a sister. She's a Bray.
Yeah.
So that, from my understanding...
Elsie.
Elsie, yes, was confirmed. So, I listen, man, they ain't fooling me. There's words that you use, and look, I know people like, yo, y'all reaching. Maybe some people like, hey, y'all reaching. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not the only. Bife retweeted this. Shout out to Paul Tassie's retweeted this. You put this to my attention. A lot of people have retweeted. It is time to know what, in essence, was the whole deal with the stranger from D1, what they were preparing us for, and the whole bit. And this is my ultimate theory. Let's just get to it. Avengers Endgame. Let's go. Destiny Endgame. Let's go. How I see this thing playing out is, and which will be so fire, is each of the major players. And we still got Mara out there. We don't know what's going on with Mara.
Paul
right?
Tassi had a good one. It was a funny joke, but it was the way it was done. Because you have Eris with the covering over her eyes. You have the Drifter with the covering over the mouth. Speak no evil, see no evil.
Yes.
Haven't done to hear no evil. And he's like, we're just going to have Mara show up in earmuffs. And then, of course, Gathalion said under it, and it was hilarious. He was like, earmuffs only? And it's like, hey, this is a family establishment. Like, everybody's always like, Mara sobs. Like, if you guys ever play on Steam, if you don't, you'll miss out on everybody's jokes. Some people, like, rename their random character account, like, Mara sobs right leg or thigh or whatever, just to be, they're so ridiculous. But yeah, people like her too.
Yes.
But yeah, so you have like Marisov that's out there. We have Aldrin, who we still don't know about. So those two are kind of a big connection.
I don't think he's a major player at the table, though.
No, I don't think he's a major player. I just think that's still an unfinished piece of story.
No, that's an unfinished thread.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
But yeah, like Mara's a big one who's been part of this whole darkness. Do we get to see the emissary? Do we get to see anything related to the 9? Like, there's how big this thing goes. I'm very, very curious.
Rick, stay focused. Dom, stay focused. I see y'all in the chat with them. Stay focused on Mara.
Yeah,
I see that.
They're just like, Mara, she's hot. What?
Stay focused. Listen, man. I think something cooking, man. I think at the end of the day, we are talking September, Avengers Endgame, all the major players at the table at Europa. There's something going on there, whether it be the meeting spot or some discovery. And I think this is the first
Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, this is like the unholy alliance. Yo, we gotta come together if we're going to be. We need all of you. All of you have some level of expertise to deal with this situation. We may not like each other. You know what I'm saying? And then hold on, Chris was dropping bombs. There's lore about Mara sending a message via Vance to Osat Plant to see. Yeah, there's a lot of people. A lot of them they've been in cahoots, and even Osiris and the Drifter to bring Saint back. The Sundial work, they had to get some dark piece or some piece. I forget what the texture of it, or I believe it was dark. Something involving that he had to get the Drifter's expertise in it. There's a lore piece for this. And Segura is like, yo, why do you bring him in here? Right? And Osiris is like, no, I need him for his expertise in this thing. So all of them have a connection in a way. You know what I'm saying? Either whether it be to the darkness or knowledge of the darkness. And they're gonna have to band together to because y'all is a solid light. Yeah, they all Dom, you're on it. Like I think they all, not that they are with the darkness. Maybe Drifter, even he gonna do whatever he got to do. We you know Drifter's something else.
He's like,
but yeah,
he's looking out for number one.
Yeah, he looking out for self. But I do feel all of them are willing to kind of bend the light to achieve a goal, to get to their goal. They're willing to flirt that gray area between to get to the goal. But I think ultimately they all are good, minus we don't know the Drifter. But that's what I'm thinking, man. And I think this is the first wave of defense. I literally think, the darkness is that powerful that this has to happen. And my last prediction, I'll say, I think I'm scared. Warlock fan, I'm scared. I'm putting it out there right now. People dying. I'm telling
again, the gravity of Forsaken was Cade. That's what.
Yeah. Facts.
That's what puts that story in
facts.
Pretty high level for Destiny.
Yeah.
Because of the weight of losing almost everybody's favorite character, whether it was a decision of timing of Nathan Fillion being busy or not. It's still the fact that it was a very beloved character, and it was the way we don't lose major characters in this game like that. So
facts.
Who in this war, whatever, who may not make it, who's going to take a wrong step or venture out too far, as you said, the Drifter's destiny is potentially the pyramid, his destiny is there, and potentially I think somebody was saying in chat in mine yesterday, I don't know if his destiny is to die because of the pyramid ships, but he doesn't want to see that. He doesn't like seeing that stuff about the pyramid ships. It's kind of crazy.
Yo, the chat is on fire right now. Let's start with Blackwing. He was saying the emissary mentioned her in the 9 quest: the Forgotten Blade, Eris, the Dredger, Drifter, the Hourglass, the Stranger, all coming to where the 9 have been seen before. Then the 9, we got to deal with them.
Are we gonna deal with are we gonna interact with the 9 for the first time on said, at Europa? Is that where they've been seen? Is that a place where you can communicate with them? We still don't know what the hell they are. Are they the celestial bodies that are even farther away than Savathun for a Hive God, where they're just toying with the universe, kind of like puppet masters? I don't know what level the 9 are.
Right. Yeah, I still don't understand it now. Damn, we need to get Bife back. I still don't understand.
We played that card. We're gonna figure it out on our own.
Yeah, we had true. But maybe we get Mylan. Let's reach out to Mylan. See what's going on. Mylan would be dope. And yeah, man, what's going on? Puff Fuel in the building. Somebody see that, David? A bit of salute. Yeah, man, I think it could be. I know they're a major factor. I always get the sense for them that we have to prove worthiness to them. You know what I'm saying? That's always been when the emissary speaks, when you're doing the reckoning and stuff like that. I always get the sense of worthiness for readiness for something. So, and we got to know why Eris is there. That she is a very important. She's always key to.
She's been in Taken King.
Yeah.
Shadowkeep.
Yeah.
And now she's in this one. The only thing she really skipped was the Dreaming City.
Yeah. Let's do our over-unders. Who ain't making it?
Who's not making it?
Who's more susceptible to
I could see. You want to know one that would actually make everybody question themselves? Zavala. Because everybody I don't like him. Oh, but he sacrificed himself, or he did something. If he has a valiant moment of thinking of a word and I can't, but I was like,
I know what you mean, like a self-sacrificing.
Yeah,
kind
I was
of,
like, there's a proper word and it's just not coming to me. But like, I mean, he would be one that like everybody's known and been attached to for a while.
But Titan fans, y'all want that death. Stop playing. You know you want that death.
Not even for that reason.
Yeah.
Not even for that reason, just because it would be something it hits home because it's a 6-year character. It's not to be like, hey, I want a brand new one. It's like, it's one of those major pieces. And of course, I don't want to, I don't want to see certain characters go, but the ones that would have weight are some of the OGs. Yes. The Ikoras, the Zavalas have been around the longest, and we lost Cade.
Right.
Like, if you bring Saint 14 in and you kick him out 6 months later, that doesn't have the same like weight as Cade, who's been around in the game for 6 years.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, if it's one of the two OG Vanguards, then that'll hit pretty hard for either of them. Ikora would probably hit harder.
Ikora hit hard.
She's been quiet, but she's pretty beloved.
I mean, one thing though, we do know the Ikora and Eris relationship is strong.
Yeah.
And those two communicate, and she's been known to send, Eris has been known to communicate. Ikora's been willing to kind of bend the rules to get to an end game. Like, she not on the straight and narrow all the way with stuff. Like, if she sees a threat, she will either going to use the hidden or, Eris or what have you to get it done. I don't know if my gut is telling me that the Vanguard, I could be wrong, might not get involved until it's a head-on kind of event. My gut is telling me that what are we gonna call them? I don't say the unfavorables, but like this ragtag.
I mean, it's like your anti-heroes, because you've got Eris,
right?
You've got the Drifter, group. You've got Marasov, you've got the Stranger. Right. It's like all of them are not like, hey, we are the almighty Captain Americas. No, these are your like Wolverines, your Deadpools, your anti-heroes of like they for the survival of like the overall grander species of everyone. They realize, hey, we can't just sit on our butt. But normally they're like, we'll kind of doing some of our own things. I'm not really caring about you guys while I'm investigating the moon. I'm the Drifter. I'm still powering up my crazy chip, all that stuff. Like, all those pieces are still like their own ideas, but something bigger bringing them together is like, it's like I'm sure there's a very good comic book collection of anti-hero people that would sum it up pretty well. But I mean, that's what it feels like, is all of, like Osiris the Exiled. Like, I mean, all of those types of people. I mean, Anna Bray, I wouldn't call her the Forgotten, but I mean, she was doing her own thing on. All these people are not like in the general community of Guardians in the Tower and the Traveler. Like, they have been working from the outside, and that's like this whole groupage. Official word, by the way, groupage. I'm not entirely sure that's a word.
Now, Anna Bray, I don't think she'll be what you call it, to replace Kate. Yeah, I don't think she wants to be in a tower like that. She's kind of a free spirit. Plus, her connection with Rasputin we still need Rasputin on the home front. So I don't see her getting into that role. I definitely still see Aldrin. Ikora would hit hard. Oh, wow. I think we could be seeing the end of the Vanguard. I mean, hey, anything is possible. Yeah. Listen, people gonna die. The question now, if it's well, I don't know if I can deal with this. I don't know if I can deal with that, man. That would hit me hard. You know what I'm saying? That would have a lot of weight. I know a lot of the Titans, everybody like, hey, whatever, he ain't nobody. But
no, but I mean, he's a big deal. But that would put some weight, because he's been an idea for 3 years. And then we have Curse of Osiris, who brought him in. Then they kind of raised it back up again in our minds and stuff. So to tease him, to bring him in, to remind us of him, and then to just strip him away, that'd have some weight.
My only hope going from
that's not my guess, but it would.
Yeah, he's not my guess. Trams, I agree. He's of course I'm going to cry. Listen, Ikora dying would hold emotional weight. Yeah, there's no doubt. If Ikora goes. It's real. It's real. There's no doubt. There's certain characters I feel she would be on the list. But I'm just thinking about the unfavorables for right now, because I feel like those are on the front line, and I feel like
Mara's too powerful. I don't think she would either like sacrifice a galaxy and herself in it it would be something much grander than ours. Mara's way too powerful. I could honestly see like the Drifter being involved or him doing some wily scheme. The Drifter would be, I think Eris has got too many connections, as you said, between her and Mara and all this weird stuff going on. The Drifter's the one that seems like the easy out, which seems like kind of a cheap move, but also it is his destiny with relation to the pyramid ships to like not come out so hot on the other end. So he may be going there to try. Who knows? Like I don't know, man. This is why these next few days, Tuesday is going to be big. I'm off work. I'm going to be streaming all damn day because we're going right into a season. So obviously something's going to be game activity wise, but the whatever stream or Vidoc that they do, man, will we all be like pulling that over that with a fine tooth comb, like just digging through it frame by frame. I'm going to fill up an entire hard drive of screenshots.
Yo, the chat is on fire, right? New Red, losing one planet, moon is way too small. You're not ready for the apocalypse. That puts a pyramid on every location. Toss out 1/3 of the activities to make room. Oh, shout out to Blackman. He said right before Cora dies, she said, "See you soon, quick K." The tears.
Oh, dude.
She would be. Yeah, she would be. It's just like. That'd be. Yeah, I'd feel that. I feel that. I've come a long way with a Cora. You know what I'm saying? I've come a long way with her. Man, I think. We gonna lose some. Here's the thing, though. I think that the Stranger needs to be around because I think the Stranger is my vote. That is nothing's gonna happen to.
But she might be coming in. Do you think she's coming?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that as far as death, I don't see because the character's been away so long to kill it off that quickly after.
I don't see if she comes in. If she comes in, she's not going away.
Yeah,
but I was like, because there's people who won't even know who she is, so they're gonna have to build her. They're gonna have to give her a backstory because literally all we know about her is go here, go here, go here. I don't have time to explain. See it. Like we don't know crap about her in the first place. Now we got a little bit of lore from Rasputin, knowing that it's the sister of Anna Bray and all that stuff. But if she's like time traveling or doing this other, like there's stuff going on.
Shout out to Red Eye Knight. Yo, you might be on to something. Because what happened if Gambit... That could be their way to get rid of Gambit when the Drifter died. and I think Black
or it's like an evolution to... Or that's how they like... That's the catalyst for like Gambit Perfected or whatever. They give the change of Gambit coming to its new thing with his either demise or passing the torch or something to move Gambit and the way it works to something else. Like... Maybe he gives, the mantle to someone else to keep doing this. He's like, he's gonna die. Like this, whatever his purpose of his purpose of Gambit and all the power he's collecting, it's for something. And if he can't do it, he may need somebody else to run that whole ship. Who knows? Like,
yeah, we gotta see. Shout out to Scream in the building. I was talking to Scream last night. Shout out to Scream. Scream's got some wild theories though.
Oh, that is the man. Scream, if we have you on the podcast, we are going to have to give everybody a disclaimer in advance of the wild spin foil theories that are coming. They're amazing. Bro, and I can sit there and listen to like story time from Scream. But unfortunately, I will also tell you, it's not going to be a short podcast that day. It'd be a great one. And everybody would be like,
his bag. Yeah, Scream. I will say one thing. When he said Scream said he feel that the Sabathun thing is tied into oh man, like they almost like the Sabathun and God. I think he's like one in the same. So Scream was in his bag last night. Like he was really going on. Shout out to Rick. He said, "Remember K's last word. I'm coming home, Ace." Those words made me. Yeah. Facts. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? K said a lot in that will. I know Dom just got to that part. K was in love with a Cora. Yeah, but I think this K the Cora thing I wrote. I got the feeling it was one-sided. I got the feeling like, he respected her. He definitely may have felt the way.
That was almost like a platonic love. I don't picture that as ever being like never got that way.
Like a Cora was like,
his bae. Like I don't think so.
Nah, I never got that vibe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we got to see. This gonna be fun, man. I cannot wait. Yeah,
Dream. I'm long-winded too. You're all good.
You're all good, brother. Yeah, what I would like though, I want what would be fire to set up Destiny, Avengers Endgame. I want like a trailer like this every either week or something. Like one other person flying out to Europa, showing up on Europa, like for that meeting, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be fire.
Well, it depends if they like drop them, because we got Tuesday was the Jupiter thing, Wednesday, Thursday. You still have potentially, if they do it through the week, either maybe it's Friday and Monday if they're going for weekdays. They don't like pop stuff on the weekends. But if you go Friday, you go even just Monday for 2 more characters, and then they might drop a bigger bomb of, you know, Tuesday's reveal having 1 or 2 more in this like collection. You could get like 5 or 6 in there. I'm like, there's not going to be like 14 involved. But I think 5 or 6 like would be a pretty amazing cast to see.
Yes.
Like you have the Tower social space with like Zavala and the Drifter. Well, that's a thing. Like, are we getting a new social space? Because if the Drifter leaves,
oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I know they said they're eventually working on us getting bounties, but story interactions or talking to him. If he literally is like headed to Europa. He can't just like magically be in the tower.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. You're absolutely right. So, because basically, even though this is a future season, this is technically happening in real time, right? So, in theory, these characters
I feel like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right? So, like, put it this way: Tuesday when we log in, is Eris going to be on the moon? Is the Drifter going to be in the tower, or is this super foreshadowing? That is a question.
Yeah, the time is weird because I mean, just said like there's a ship by Jupiter and Rasputin can't see it. Is that a tease of like what's coming, or is that more? Because I mean, we see Aldrin wake up under a sheet. Nothing happens. Like a few days later, he doesn't like stroll in on the next like reset. It's been so long. So again, are these
it's like why show all of this now?
Oh, I know. Believe me, that's why I'm wondering like. Is there a new social space in the fall? Could be. I mean, now we have the farm, mostly useless. We have the tower, the obvious one. Like, do you think a new social space actually serves a purpose? Or is it more a way to like put like story characters in like the, you know, a Europa base or something, have it make sense because they all freaking flew there? Or is like... do you want to fly to another? And I think that, like, hopefully they need to get the bounties from orbit fixed if there's the new social space, because I don't want to go between all these places trying to pick stuff up for my day's tasks.
To me, the social space is kind of overrated. I mean, they okay. I mean, listen, this is what they need. I want a cinema and I want a good size cinema of all these characters on screen, interacting, debating, going at each other. Not necessarily, it's like a motley crew. Like this crew is not all the way live, but they understand what they got to do. Oh, Forte, thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying? He said best Destiny podcast with the interviews. My dude, Forte, man. Listen, you know, yeah, like, all right, he said they're going to build the Avengers Tower on Europe. Your scream is stupid.
Yeah, Avengers Tower. There you go.
Yeah, listen, man, I need a nice 5 to 10 minutes cinemas with all of them. And each one trying to put their philosophy on how they should deal with the situation or take authority. Like, I want some real, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mara walks in and everybody gets silent.
What? Fire. See, we asking too much. I got to get back to the because Bungie's not going to do none of this, and then we're going to get mad that they didn't do it, and we be like, oh, wasted opportunity. So I'm going to keep it.
It's like reel all the spin foiling back in.
Yeah, I know. I'm spinning
first.
I'm too hype.
We have a $10 season coming.
You put it in perspective back. Like you say, yo, remember, Cog, this is $10.
It is. This is a $10. No, it was like, now the Eris, the Europa, I feel like that stuff is all a fall expansion. I feel like that's bigger.
Yo, that was the best shutdown you have ever done. He said, yo, that was cool, but this is $10.
This is a $10 season.
Ain't $10 in the $10 budget.
I'm just saying, what you're talking about is the fall. Yes. That is when Gambit is supposed to change. The Drifter's going to another planet. That makes sense. We have Eris Morn. The Shadowkeep expansion is done. She's going to figure out what the hell is out there. She's got... We've got potentially other characters maybe coming into it. All of that fall expansion stuff, you dream as big as you want, because them for year 4 can go big. my curiosity is, and I want everybody in chat to seriously, everybody in chat's like, damn it, let the dream live. Yeah, my $10 shutdown was brutal. Sorry.
Put me in perspective, man, quick.
Be like, oh. Yep, I just shut that one down.
Yeah. Let's get focused. I gotta refocus.
But Season of the Redacted, we don't know what it is. How, do you think, my big question has always been, like, the only tie to any weird lore bits we've had, Rasputin and Siva. It's the only thing in my head that seems like it would give any connection to...
connection to the next, right.
To, like, unless there's, like, some weird thing on the Almighty that we let loose, but I don't picture what that would be.
I could tell you who I want to show up, but I know probably not going to happen.
Who?
We just got a major bombshell about a certain supercomputer not only killing his own...
Fellwinter.
Yeah, right. We got Fellwinter, but we got an Iron Lord. We do for some Iron Lords. We do for some Saladin retribution. Like, what does Saladin feel about all this? Right? This Siva was created, it was fraudulent. Like, it was straight up, it was something that this robot, because it's jealous that his little son is out here fraternizing with humans and he feel away, he his little spy ain't do what it was supposed to do. And
he's learned from his transgressions. He feels sorry now.
Well, he feels sorry now, yes. But, I mean, I would like some, like, Saladin has been, ever since Rise of Iron, he has just been relegated to showing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, a pop that come visit you, to see his kid every 2-3 weeks and then he out. You know what I'm saying? He got visitation rights for the Iron Man and then he leave. Like, we need some Saladin, man. Like, Saladin come on, Jizz. Don't be like that. Saladin needs some love, fam. Saladin needs some love. Those are his Iron Lords that got murdered.
The only thing is, we literally did the Saladin Iron. There was an expansion based on him.
Look how long that was, though.
I know that, but I'm just saying, how... They want to tell different stories. I don't think they want to go down.
Not like the whole DLC got to be about him, but can we get a moment where he pop in? You know what I'm saying? Like can we get a pull up moment? Like, fam, like, can he roll up? Like, he needs answers, man. How we just gonna have this secret that, like, I don't know, man. It's just, I always curious to see. Saladin retired to Europa now. He tell him to get off the screen is out of control. Saladin needs answers. That's all I'm saying. There needs to be a reckoning for Saladin, man.
I was like, so extra set. This may be mean, but what if the whole community had to choose between reviving Cade for good or a Darkness subclass? And honestly, Darkness subclass is... And honestly, the only reason is I don't want Cade to come back ever, mostly because that takes away from the weight of him actually dying. Because then you're just like, oh, you can do edit undo on anything, and that's just like his death meant something, and it needs to stay that way.
And it needs to stay that way. And Nathan Fillion he's employed, doing quite well, not doing voiceover work anymore, so he's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see it. And he ain't got no ghost. That's the other thing. Like, could we stop with the Cade, y'all? Like, the man's ghost is gone. No ghost, no revive. I get it. I miss him too, but we need to keep that weight. We need to keep that weight, man. And this was Aldrin that takes away the Aldrin redemption, man. I know y'all don't like him, but I'm just saying. It's a cool story.
At some point, he's got to get the redemption story.
Got to get the redemption, man. Now, that's another person who I would like, but I don't know if I'm so almost giving up on Aldrin they're going to do this story, to be honest. I don't even see where it fits now, because if we're doing a Destiny Avengers Endgame,
Are we ever going to touch the Dreaming City? Ever?
The way it don't look like, man. I don't know.
The other speculation was Curse of Osiris, Season of Dawn, Warmind, Season of Worthy, Forsaken, Season of Redacted. Like, the timing of those.
The timing is Dreaming City.
But again, it's like, and that's why I was like, it would be interesting to like walk in the tower. And again, I think somebody said it at one point. We're in the tower watching the Almighty, and it's like, and you see him take off his helmet. And Aldrin standing there in the tower, you see Ikora freak the hell out. And like, and then that's the point where like, maybe it's an Aldrin story and Mara is like one of the main pieces that like, that's her reason to come back for the fall expansion. I've heard that be kind of a theory is like,
well, there goes Scream again. He's saying Mara is Savathun. That's his wild theory. I don't know about this one. See, he's been running with this.
Mara is, I mean, I'm sure stranger things have happened, but it also seems like I don't think she would. I mean, she's a trickster, so of course it could be some grand, crazy ass plan. But I don't think she would. She and her 3 Techian witches would do what they did to try and stop Oryx if she was Savathun, unless it's like a much longer play than I would ever have imagined, and even that would probably be a stretch, even for some Bungie lore writers out there. Just saying.
Right. Just saying. The Woken kill Rokushun again for trees. I don't know, man. We need some Odrin, man. I definitely would like him this season. This is a weird time, because we literally have no connective thread to what the hell the next season is going to be. Yeah. They are promoting September, and they're not promoting this thing. And I'm like, this is weird. We're about to start a season and don't even know the name. We're about to, like, this is weird.
Oh, yeah. It's very, very, very bizarre. So.
Interesting.
Well, there was a TWAB.
Yes.
Albeit not giantly surprising. There were a couple of nice things in there. So it started, Bungie, as we started out the podcast, they, as for the events unfolding this week, they had their tweet out there. They had all the links for all the places where you guys, if you need to look up information, they have a lot of links out there talking about Black Lives Matter. So make sure you guys check out their tweet. I know they're working on donating. Any of their employees that donate, they're matching. They're supporting all of those and everything. And then, I mean, and this is one where I don't want to take away, but literally Pride Month is starting in June as well. Like, and the combination of, is it a new one? I have the first one. Hold on.
Because I think they added, obviously, we have our LGBTQIA plus youth. But I believe they said, the new in the committee. I'll wait till he gets back and I'll read it. But they definitely added. Here we go. He's back. Yeah, so he says the diversity committee said that Pride Pin was specifically designed to. It does. But does yours have the black and brown stripes? Because I think that's what this one.
Yeah, it's like the picture, so you guys can if it'll show.
Focus. There we go. Right. So that's the original one.
Yep.
Right now, I'm ordering this one too, because this one has the black and brown stripes. Again, complete inclusion, a dope gesture. You know what I'm saying? Just support a positive thing. So I mean, salute. You know what I'm saying? All
currently unavailable, so gotta get yourself on a list there.
Yeah, get on the list. Well, actually, it's unavailable already.
It's sold out. Yeah.
Oh, I'm lucky then. I was able to purchase it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I was able to purchase when it went up, so I'm good. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like saying for all, Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA community, just social support. So they're doing that. I think they receive a code for the True Colors emblem.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which they show below. So those are the initial 2 initiatives. And then we got that reveal thing, huh?
So if you go to bungie.net/reveal, all it shows is tune in for the next chapter of Destiny 2, June 9th, 2020, 9 a.m. Pacific. Now, when is 9 a.m. Pacific? That is literally when the servers go down and Season of the Worthy ends. At least I'm kind of right on that. Season shuts down, they turn off the stream.
Yeah,
I did say that.
You did call that. And I thought you were asking for too much, but you called it.
They're apparently trying to time it from. They're going to be a couple faces sitting in front of kitchens and things like that, doing some live streams. They're going to be putting up some Vidoc trailers and things. And then they showed the little Drifter teaser. Coordinates received. The future of Destiny 2 arrives. Something calls. It's time to answer, and Eris comes in. But that's it. That's all they say. They haven't told us the name of the. They haven't, and they said the next chapter. They said they're going to reveal the next season and the next chapter. So I mean, this Vidoc is going to talk about how we're going into season 11 and year 4. This is their E3 year 4 September fall DLC expansion talk at the same time. This is all going down. Am I going to stream? I will 100% be streaming on Tuesday. I will be streaming. I am off work. I work Monday morning. I'm going to sleep in, and I'm going to stream and probably play all that damn day. So I will be awake for it. Whatever goes down, definitely come hang out in this chat.
Might have to see what I'm doing that day. See what he's up to.
I will be here, so you will know where to find me. I will be right here in this chair until my butt falls asleep.
We'll see. Let's see. I know an addict, he gonna try to pull me into something. I know addict.
Who?
Let's see. Yeah, addict will definitely try to pull me into something. He gets all
but we have a preview for 2.9.0. So the patch coming with Season of the Redacted. We have a patch and we still don't know the name of the season that goes with the patch. Like, this is so stupid.
Yeah, I've been so blind. I missed this, so you gonna have to educate me.
Yeah. So a lot of this is stuff they have mentioned. There's a couple kind of cool nuggets, but a lot of this is stuff they've kind of mentioned or balancing things. Some are actually quite really good, actually. Hold on. Clear the throat.
Clear the throat. Clear the throat.
So, Eververse. A few TWABs back, we talked about the future of Eververse and how we're making changes to some of the rewards structured to better balance gameplay rewards and Eververse content. Season of the Redacted will contain a few introductory changes with more shifts coming in Season 12. So this is the start. This stuff already sounds pretty good. 12 is going to be bigger. So, Legendary Armor Ornaments. As noted in previous TWAB, we have shifted the Season 11 armor offering to a gameplay reward for aspirational content. Cool. There's actually a way to go earn cool looking stuff in the game. I think everybody's on board. Season Pass. Added an additional 2,300 Bright Dust to the Season Pass. I'll take it. Literally any Bright Dust in that Season Pass, you can do it. Seriously.
Show me the dust.
Yep. Bright Dust purchases. Added a flare section to the features to feature shaders and spawn effects. It's fine. They're just moving categories around. Highly requested items from previous seasons will once again be available. We're looking at you, Wishes of Sorrow. And I want you to look up what that is.
Wishes of Sorrow.
Oh, it's the ornament for Thorn.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I saw somebody tweet about that this morning, so that makes more sense.
Yeah, man. I need some old, some old ornaments, bro.
Yeah. We will once again communicate Season 11 silver only items at the beginning of the season. We're expecting to have an update later in Season 11 on further changes to Bright Dust acquisition, so keep your eyes peeled. Good. And again, that's one of those things, like even in something like Overwatch, yeah, they have boxes, but you are kind of continually earning that currency slowly just by playing the game. Now, they don't have bounties and we have to get bounties for it, but still, it's just a little like every so often you do a crystal match. Oh, cool, I got 100 brightness. Like every so often, just throw it at the people for playing your game. That's all they got to do to give a little love. Absolutely. Sandbox. Powerful Friends mod. Now, if you guys haven't seen this thing, this is the Season of Dawn mod that is the Charge with the Light type stuff, but the bonus that comes with it is a plus 20 to mobility. Hunters love this thing because then they can get their stats stacked up. They live on mobility. So the Powerful Friends mod will no longer stack, and there's a reason they say that. If multiple copies of this mod are equipped, the mods will provide no bonus stats. Only solar seasonal mods are intended to stack. No part of Arc mods are intended to have stacking functionality. Powerful Friends granted plus 20 to mobility, which players could leverage to get 3 stat columns to the max 100 points. The mod is not priced sufficiently to justify its benefits, and increasing its cost will have adverse effects on the primary benefit usage. Season 11 introduces a new Arc mod, so we know we got new mods coming, granting a similar stat bonus to Strength and will not stack. So basically Powerful Friends, and even I've heard Lono say this, is like Powerful Friends is like a hunter's like, that mod's on a hunter. If they're playing in PvP, they want the plus 20 to mobility, you have no other way to get that, you're going to use that thing. So again, they need to find ways to tone things and make new cool mods, so cool stuff. Enhanced auto rifle loader, fusion rifle loader, bow loader, armor mods now have a chance to drop from pinnacle sources. Like, that's good. Like, give pinnacles, hey, I did my pinnacle. Oh, cool, I got a mod. Like, not just Iron Banner.
Not just Iron Banner trying to force us in there. Yep.
That's a good thing. Raid rewards. This is probably one of the biggest one I saw popping around Twitter. Raid rewards. The following raid exotics have now increased drop chances. Finally, right? How old is all this crap? 1,000 voices. Okay. That was from Forsaken, so that was the start of year 2, and we're going into year 4, so it's 2-year-old raid. Anarchy, which was literally 3 months later, and Always on Time. The exotic sparrow from the secret chest in Scourge of the Past. Drop chances begin at 10% and increase to a max of 50% over 20 clears. And 20 clears is a lot.
20 clears is a lot, fam.
Like, you do 20 raids, that's a lot. So
it's a lot. Thought it'd be a little nicer, but hey.
Now I want you to read the next one because this is your. This is your candy moment
Again,
right
I'm
here.
reading this all new, y'all. I have not really got a chance. Things have been so crazy. I'm not getting a chance. So this is new. Trials rewards. Additional masterwork material rewards now drop at 3, 5, and 7 trials wins. Okay. Added a Trials weekly bounty, which unlocks Trials engrams on Saint 14. The bounty reward will match the Win 3 milestone reward of the week. Okay. Trials tokens distribution has been rebalanced to focus on wins 3, 5, and 7 of a Trials passage. This includes repeat passages. Trials tokens are no longer awarded from match completions. Oh, that's big. Tokens are now granted specifically through wins and bounties. Passage of Wealth now doubles the bonus Trials tokens earned at 3, 5, and 7 Trials wins. Hope you enjoy this. It's appetizer, full course, and more coming on June 9th. Seeing you then. This is interesting.
Yeah.
This
Thoughts?
is interesting. Yeah, new to me. So the first thing is the masterwork materials, right? Long overdue.
Yep.
It's the few only pinnacle activity that's not doing what the Nightfall is doing and giving you, at least a chance at some activities. Now it looks like they changed the focus on the wins as far as the tokens. So tokens are no longer, that's what I'm stuck on right now. Tokens are no longer awarded from match completions. They're only granted specifically through wins and bounties. So you get a win, then you get tokens. You complete bounties, and then you get tokens. So they've just taken it away from, so basically, if you lose, you ain't getting it. And
Now, do you think that's discouraging though? Because there's people who lose.
I feel about that. Yeah.
There's people who want to try.
Try it, yeah. I don't
But
know how
they
I feel about
if
that.
I go in and I get Paul Tassio says he and his couple friends, they try and try and try, and they cannot get that 3 wins to save their lives. Just the 3. And not saying he's bad, it's just how the player base and the way it's stacked and how some of that stuff goes. Those low level cards. Now, the incentivization for the 5 or the 7, if you really want those tokens, needs to be huge. We've said that before. I don't care if it's 50, if it's 100. It does, if you get a 2-7 wins, you worked your butt off. Especially in the way some of the player base is.
Now, I like the bounty reward matching the 3 win milestone.
Now that's
reward.
a way.
That.
If you're getting some kills, match whatever the bounty is, that may take away from the tokens being kind of a thing.
That's a concession to old Trials, right? Just do the bounty. At least you can get that
just
guarantee.
The 3. Yeah, you can
3.
get the 3 win drop of the week if you just play enough to finish the bounty.
I like that. Token distribution. Okay, this includes repeat passages. I don't know how I feel about that token part. And then the Passage of Wealth now doubles bonus Trials tokens, earn 3 and 5 and 7. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I want to know what the thought process, man. I mean, hold on. Shout out to Seth Free. Said, I think Astrocross said something on the line that you've marginalized casuals a little more, I believe. Interesting to see the finished product. Yeah, man.
Again, if you take anything away from the person who gets 1 or 2 wins, I feel like that might be a mistake.
Yeah.
Because the person who gets 1 or 2 wins is hey, at least if I get 1 or 2, I'm slowly going to accumulate some tokens. Maybe I do get the third of them, I can use them, and I'll work on the bounty. But if I literally just do the bounty, and I don't see my wins have been 1, 2, losing out, 1, 2, losing out, their incentive to again stay in the playlist goes away.
Yeah, that I'm worried about. I'm worried that this still hasn't addressed the casual staying involved and engaging. I don't see how that necessarily. These all, some are okay, but I still don't see how that passage part.
Yeah, so you got a weekly Trials bounty. That's the 3 win thing. Okay. But that's their only way to get something if they get to the 3 wins. If somebody struggles to get to the 3 wins in the first place, the bounty's the only thing they're going to get. And then if it's just get a certain number of kills, they'll do those, and they're that 3 and 5 is out of reach, man. Then again, does it get sweatier towards the top? How much? And again, it's how they incentivize the 7 and the chest.
Right.
If 7 wins is big enough, then maybe it starts to pull. And again, they need to do, they need to pull the high skill players to the higher ends of those cards.
Yes.
That's the whole goal of what everybody's been asking for is like, if you do the 3-win token farm thing, you're pissing everybody off.
Right.
And again, if you can still farm 3 tokens and get the 3-win shotgun, does that look like this is even changed? They may put more at the end, but if I can still go through, do 3 ones, get the shotgun if it's on that week, and then I turn around and reset and I still get my 3 wins, it still doesn't feel like they're pulling them high enough. The way the rotations and stuff go, I don't feel like it's getting far enough. There's not enough. I don't read this as enough incentive at the end of a card to make people really go for the Fallouts. Besides the people who just love it, have fun, and do it.
Right.
But I mean, I even saw Fallout yesterday. He was working on carries to 3 wins to try and get people the shotgun.
Yeah.
So even for new people, but again, you have somebody like Fallout. No offense to him, he's a damn good player, but it's like they're wrecking that 1, 2, 3 win part of the playlist over and over and over and over because that's where they can get what they need. As opposed to, I was like, I don't know how to change that though.
Us the 3-win though, right? The bounty, you don't have to get the 3 wins to get the reward of the 3. At least that's how I'm reading it.
Yeah, no,
right?
well, I mean,
so that's positive. That's positive because it's like, okay, I don't have to get the 3 wins as long as I just get the kills or do whatever the hell they're telling me. That's fine. But you know, I do agree that the incentive to stay in, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how, like, we got to keep the higher point to the high and keep the casuals in. And I don't know if that's just going to be enough. Like, is that, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. And to the person as far as the adept, that's coming later. They're going to do it, but we're not ready for that.
December. Season
December,
13, December, that's the adept stuff. Yeah,
that's adept. But we gotta see, man. It says more about this as it's an appetizer. So, you know, hopefully there's more that we don't know. Of course,
coming on June 9th, I guess. But yeah, it's like just the way I read this, and again, this isn't everything, but the way I read this, it still doesn't feel like it shifts the player base to the far end of the card enough. That's all I'm saying. So I may not know it all. That's just what I'm reading.
Yeah, no. I feel you, man. I feel you, man.
Now, I'm not going to go through the entire next section in full detail.
Yeah.
But basically what they're doing is they're letting you choose custom button mapping for your controller, for accessibility, for moving things around. They had some cool stuff of like, you know how on hard light you have to hold and reload? You might be able to set that up for a double tap. You can change some of the functionality of things, and that's the way they say is like, you know, throw, and they even describe, they have like different verbs they use for like throw, activate, all those things. And it's like, it's a weird way for them to try and define their controller scheme. But overall, like, the accessibility is huge for everybody. Choosing how you want to play with your controller. Maybe you want this button here. You just don't like the way it feels. You can remap quite a bit. Instead of just having default 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can be as goofy as you want to be. You can change up all that stuff. But one of the big ones, and what was it? Lucky who tweeted it, and I tweeted it to you. You want to say it? Because I'm been talking a lot.
Go for it. Go right. No, go for it. You go for it. Keep
going.
So
somebody mentioned on Twitter, and I think it was Lucky that probably where I saw it first, but you have controller remapping for people between PC and consoles and other things and other places for accessibility for everyone. And honestly, the question was, is this leading to cross-play?
Yeah, man. I think it would have to. I think that's still on. Listen, they've been on the record for wanting to do crossplay, right? This was during the PlayStation exclusive kind of days. So to me, when I see stuff like this, it's like, because the question is like now, right? Why now? Why is this, let's be real, like the community, this wasn't high on the community's list of things you need to be doing right now. Not that we're opposed to this, right? We like it. Right. But I don't feel like this was on the top of the bucket list of the community's most wanted things Bungie needs to handle now, damn it. Like, that wasn't on the top. So this to me is something that I see as what I consider bulletin board stuff that they have been planning and been wanting to do for the evolution of the game. So when I see this, it screams to me bigger picture, eventually making the transition to cross play easier. You know what I'm saying? And generally, every season, whether it be September, every big expansion, they have made some type of substantial, what you call it, jump. Oh, shout out to Eris. I think we're going for that flawless. Yes, brother. Yes. I would like to go for that flawless this weekend. Yes, thank you. Salute to Eris and the team. Oh, man. They got me my helmet, got me my jet, got me my Astral. I'm feeling like a pharaoh again. Like, I am a happy man. Salute to Eris and the team, man. Riot Squad and all them boys. But, yeah, back on point. I think this is a prelude to cross. Now, here's the thing, though. We have to be clear. PvE, yes. If it is a cross play setup. PvP, either no or optional.
Yeah, it's like the optional, Call of Duty does, and you can opt in to play with whoever you want. Maybe you got friends in different places, and you just know it's not always going to be the same. And again, I may suck on PC, and somebody with a controller on console still could probably shoot me.
Right.
But yeah, like I agree. You want the option to give people on console be like, I don't want to play against mouse and keyboard and all those crazy people, and they can choose. But also making that choice, like you may limit your player base or whatever. But at least if it's console, yeah.
You lose the Stadia kick. Listen, man, I don't know. I think, but I'm not all's not lost with Stadia if they do it, because Stadia has shown with shout out to I think PUBG is their first one. They're doing cross play with PC on Stadia, on PUBG. Now, again, Destiny is a whole different beast. I don't know how that would work. I don't know where that lands with Stadia. That is a very interesting thing. If cross-play is to happen,
and
how
does
that
PUBG
work?
have dedicated servers?
I don't know.
See, that would be the question, is if you're doing any bit of peer-to-peer, Stadia being set up on its own dedicated servers versus peer-to-peer matchmaking and connections over here, the speed of talking between those three crazy different environments, between PC on Steam having some of its cheating issues, console having some connection and still using the peer-to-peer networking the way they do that, and then Stadia being like the most dedicated, but you got a little bit of like everybody's on the same page, but you got a tiny bit of lag. Like those are not the same environment, and if you cross-play, I feel like there's just like lots of red question marks that come up and be like, whose system messed it up?
Well,
who broke it?
Who broke it? Yeah, shout out to Slay. He said, I really think with crossplay, show just face, keep it face out of people. Listen, the option is cool, though. I think if someone wants to jump in the mix, you know what I'm saying, and they don't care, and there should be an option. It probably should be default off, and then the option to opt in. Because I will say this, though. This does wonders for lobbies and online just player base searching for a match. I'll tell you who won it. If Stadia is about to win, damn it, they need bigger online. Because if you go searching for a match in Stadia, woo, tumbleweeds, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it would be beneficial. Like I just think about doing strikes, and you know what I'm saying? Think about guided games. Something that's really been in the bushes, right? Yeah. Guided games have been like, think about all these other things that can really use a little boost in playlists. So yeah, like I want it. I just want it optional for PvP. PvE is a no-brainer, like, right? Like we don't got no problems with E, right? You all the way live, right? Every
why
PvE.
not?
Yeah, man. That would be kind of cool. And yeah, to me, that's what sets it up. Now let me ask you this though. Do you think someone asked me this? I wanted to ask you about if cross play is coming. Do you think console should add optional mouse and keyboard support?
I mean, if you can somehow set it up, why would? I mean, yes. Is that a trick question? What am I missing there?
No, because I didn't know how you felt about it. You're the mouse and keyboard guy.
It's a peripheral. Whether you hold it in your hands or you got your hand on a keyboard and mouse, if it's how you want to play the game, my brother would love that. If he was playing a console game and like controller, maybe one of those things like, hey, holding it for a long time doesn't feel great in your hands or whatever. But if there's just literally there's an accessibility preference for somebody on any platform, I don't see why not. Especially with the new consoles coming not that far away. Well, 6 months, but still. When those things drop in the fall, like, what? They're PCs. You should be able to plug a keyboard and a mouse in. So if I plop my PlayStation over here, I'm just like...
But question now, what now if we say yes, is it an unfair advantage for console guys going against other console guys who don't have mouse and keyboard? Should they be in their own lobby? Should they be in the PC lobby?
I mean, if you take you, Teddy, Drewski, I don't know if Cool Guy is. I think he was working on it.
He's working
more of a controller guy. I know was working on mouse and keyboard. I know controller feels like it's got its aim assist. I know mouse and keyboard has some more stability on certain guns that people like have laser beams on. I'm not to the level where I'm gonna care. I mean, that's me. Like, I'm not at the point to be like, hey, somebody has that aim assist advantage. They can shoot me like 5.5 microseconds better because they can control their mouse here versus people are insanely skilled with a controller. It is impressive, and the dexterity of my thumbs, I'm just out of practice on that stuff. And I like the way mouse and keyboard feels, and it's balanced that way. Does there need to be like the Fortnite balancing for controller aim assist to be less? Like, does that ever need to be a question? Because you can plug in a keyboard or you can plug in a controller, it's like zoom, magnetic head shooting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
aim assist is real.
But
is it an unfair advantage though? It should the minute you plug it in, you automatically in the PC lobby of crossplay.
I mean, it depends on if the game has it. Not every game is going to have crossplay, but it's like
Destiny. I think Destiny specifically. Just Destiny. That's what
I mean. If it's crossplay,
what
how are you
gonna on the spot? Gun to your head.
I mean, if it comes with crossplay, isn't it going to be available for everybody everywhere? Then you can opt in. Are you going to opt in on who you play with what peripherals? I can't do it right now on PC. Right. I can play with people are like, well, hey, let me plug in my controller and I can go, aim assist ham on PC, and I'm using a keyboard and mouse. And some people say keyboard and mouse is easier or like more accurate to a point, but the aim assist on controller, some people are like, yeah, I'm just going to like magnet to your head. And that's on this platform. So what makes it say that if you plug it on the other side, honestly, if somebody's able to like have a PlayStation set up in a TV and a mouse and keyboard, and they can make their setup work on a couch with a console, go for it. Because that's going to be some work anyway. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I care enough to care. I don't know if I care enough to care. If you have the option maybe of like, but if you start saying, I want to play with this person here and only mouse and keyboard on this console, but maybe PC players, maybe if you start fragmenting all these little playlists. The whole idea is bringing everybody together.
So then if that's the case, then we eliminating mouse keyboard on console, keep them in their dedicated space of controller, give them the option to opt in. But
how can you limit that though? If you go next gen and they can if they're like PCs and you just plug them in.
Right, but there does come the debate of unfair advantage. The question is, a lot of people feel that mouse and keyboard is superior and they have an advantage in competitive PvP. So they could say, hey, I understand what you're saying as far as how confusing it gets the minute you plug it in and now you're in this fragmented. I get your point.
Like how many different we're talking about layers. Weird they're trying to make matchmaking times short for the best matchmaking they can have. Despite where and how you play, the bigger the player base, the better the matchmaking. If you start fragmenting all of these things, I get my ass kicked by somebody. Sorry, language. I get my butt kicked by some people in games. I'll play with Eris for 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm not in your skill elo, because I'm getting worked over here, hovering towards the bottom. I'll play on my own, or I'll play with my brother. He doesn't play that much, so his just whatever numbers for his matchmaking just aren't that high. I'll go in there and I'll stop. Like, to me, it's not gonna. It's like some games I win, some games I lose, and I guess I don't take it too seriously enough to feel like the drawbacks of different input controls. Somebody could beat me with mouse and keyboard. Somebody could beat me with a controller. Either way, I do it. So I don't think like splitting everybody is worth like you win some, you lose some to me. And that's just me because I'm not at the level of like now if you're talking a tournament or something, maybe you limit it there and you literally say, hey, these are the only inputs you can use. But just the general play, I don't know. I feel like the efforts of bringing people together would just be taken away by limiting all these different like input playlist control matching setups. That's me. So.
Okay, no, I think my gut tells me they probably won't do it on console. As far as giving them mouse and keyboard support, that's what my gut tells me. But if they did, yeah, I kind of still feel it's an advantage. Yeah, I kind of feel that gives them an advantage. You know what I'm saying? So that because the whole point of we even talking about lobbies for console guys because we feel PC guys have the advantage. So, look, am I against it? No, I'm not against it. If they offer it and it happens, great. We'll get to that mountain. We'll cross, we'll cross it when we get to it. I just want this thing to happen. I just like UI changes. I like that they are making things more accessible. Ultimately, I agree with you. I think that, listen, the best part about crossplay is online lobbies. There's nothing more sadder than a game that you like and the community is not there and there's not enough people playing. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to Stadia. I feel for guys that only have that game on Destiny on Stadia, you know what I'm talking about. Except for Trials of the Weekend. Shout out to Eris. You know what I'm saying? Trials of the Weekends is fine. Wait times are very manageable, very cool, nothing out abnormal. But if you try to do a basic control match, a basic competitive match, I've seen it 60% of the time out and say, hey, there's not enough people to look for. I'm sorry, go play something else.
Or
go do
Stadia?
something else. Yeah, Stadia PvP. Thank you for your
people go to Trials for a reason there, but you're just saying the generic PvP is a ghost town.
Yeah. No, people are on to Trials clean environment on Stadia, so the wait times it's like you're in there. Like we actually get surprised if you wait a little bit. Like Trials on Stadia is moving because that's the popular mode, and a lot of the hardcore PvPers are now coming over there for a clean environment. But I've seen it before. If you just like during the week when there's no trials and you're just trying to play a standard, you just want to do your powerful rewards for the week.
Yeah.
Right? Let me just get in there, a couple of matches. Bruh, it is brutal. Brutal. You can sit in there for more than 30 minutes, 20 minutes. The game will time. I've never seen this. The game times out. Destiny tells you, hey man, couldn't find you nothing. Go do something else. So that platform definitely needs it in some form. But in general, it would be cool for PlayStation. Think about this, PlayStation 4 users, you know what I'm saying? Xbox One user. Like, how cool would that be? And let's be real, there's even my clan, like Onlo's podcast clan, like we're segmented. We are segmented, man. It's really been, cool to have, to see all your clan members in the same thing. Shout out to Eris. He was like, comp hasn't been bad for a while. Help it with fire. Look, salute to you, man. I've tried a few times. Man, it's sad. I was just like, ooh, this even strikes sometimes, even strikes, even match made activities. Sometimes it take a little bit, especially something that's not, kind of on the older side. So that's my feeling. But I do think this is the ultimate setup, and it could be a nice add-on to September, new content.
Yeah, because they'll do like bigger pillars. There's like the new light, cross save, new content, and there was like 3 or 4 big pillars. They wanted to, the MMO action RPGs, like kind of the foundation. Like if one of the pillars is cross play, that's a huge advertising point for their fall expansion, of which that's their, one of their biggest sources of income. So
big time. So do you think, last question, do you think New Light continues? Make them dab. There we go. Make them dab.
Do I think New Light continues? Like, free? Yeah. I think they may need to. It needs some love. From what I've heard, it's atrocious.
Shout out to Teddy. Teddy put us on.
Yeah, Teddy said it was terrible. I've heard from a couple other people. They're just like wandering blindly through 1,000 quest icons or something. It's not a lot of guidance on that one, so it could be fixed pretty well.
Yeah.
But the idea of free people coming in, cool. Free people in trials, I can say stop that, please.
Yes,
stop the free people in trials. Maybe trials year 4 has a new quest that you actually have to do some things. Yes. And, there's a little bit more requirements. I'll stop the cheating on top of, some people do two-factor authentication was helping out Call of Duty, I know.
Right.
All those different things can be like worked on, but yeah, no, I think the free thing will stay because it's a Steam game. It's free to play. It's in a lot of places. I think that's a kind of their bread and butter as a way to tease people in. And if the content continues to be good, they get more people who will eventually buy. But the experience definitely, hopefully got reviewed in the past year.
Yeah.
And maybe, I mean, again, if they do things like blow up Titan and planets go away or anything like that, maybe the whole experience needs adjusted somehow, and they'll have to cross that bridge when they get there. But yeah, I think New Light stays. They just hopefully give it a good focus.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's gonna be fun, man. So you ready? Are you ready for all this craziness next week?
Almighty exploding sometime in the next 4 days. Reveal of Avengers Endgame in the fall. Whew. I don't have a clue what the connection. I'm honestly wondering when we get announced what the season's gonna be. If it's so obvious of what the connection to the fall is gonna be that like we're all like, now I see why you couldn't say anything. Or if it's gonna be, or if it's gonna take like a little bit of investigating,
right?
Or if it's just like everybody's like, I see where we're going, and that's I guess the question somebody said too. Do you think season 11? And again, I don't have high expectations for season 11. They've said it's like nothing else in Destiny before. I know I gave you the $10 season remark and pulled the whole room down.
They said season 11 is nothing like we've seen in Destiny before.
That's in the Vidoc and about the moon.
This upcoming one?
Yeah, this is season 11. No. They said season 10 is like starting things to get going, and season 11 is like in nothing ever in Destiny before. They said that in the Moon Vidoc, and I can point you to that.
No, I believe you. I believe you. I trust your judgment.
I will be. I'm temper the expectations for season 11, and the main thing is this is still within the development cycle of the previous seasons. There's only so much that can change when it comes to the size and scale of these things. And somebody earlier is like, is it still going to be bounties and public events and stuff like that? I'm like, or another sundial activity. And honestly, that's what I expect. If it's something bigger and different, I will be happily surprised. But I would keep my expectations in, hopefully not a public event, but at least a sundial type thing, some activities, and their way to move, and they're a reasonable transition going into Fall's Crazy Town.
Yes, it has to be a great appetizer, right? It has to set this thing up. I would like, can we get a new activity? I mean, is that asking? I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's like, yeah, it's a sundial worthy, not Vex offensive, definitely not a public event. Right. I mean, if you review Season of the Worthy, you went to the lost sectors you've already been to. They just literally plopped champions in them. The bunkers were new, but what did those take? Literally 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Like, you got to roll, you cleared a couple champions, you're out. And then you had the public event in 3 places on 3 planets, of which we've already done public events, but you do one, you do it like 10.5 million times later. That's what the season's made of, is public events and stuff like that. So we get to see what the weapon sunsetting numbers start looking like.
Yes.
We get to see the armor sunsetting numbers. We get to see the stuff about what's going to be kind of shifting, how long these metas live. I can't tell anybody enough. Make sure you get Fellwinter's Lie, because it's going to live in PvP for 9 months. Don't miss that quest. That's part of my to-do list yesterday. Don't miss it.
So I'm talking to Addict now. You got to get it together, man. I told him stop BSing and get it done.
Yeah, if you ever
tractor cannon.
Oh yeah, that's literally all I did. Surochi, tractor cannon, knock it out. You're good to go. I watched
the video.
Mine.
I was like, oh, that's the wave right there.
So good.
With that wishing.
Because I was messing around with my brother the night Fellwinter came out, and we're like, it's like I heard the Castellans pretty. I was like, all right. And he and I were just like holding down 2 doors, and it was fun. We were chatting and knocked it out. But if you want to go knock it out by yourself, especially if you have a warlock, do a Devour warlock build with a tractor cannon, land a whole bunch of shotgun mods. Yeah, no time at all. It's not bad. Yeah, and if you haven't done Fourth Horseman, get to the point in the quest where you need the shotgun kills and the shotgun kills, and do them together.
Maximizing efficiency.
Work smarter, not harder.
There you go. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I can't wait. I want to see, again, like you said, tempering expectations, because Season of the Worthy. And
it's still within this cycle. And again, their development cycle, they were working on Season of the Redacted either during Undying or Dawn. They haven't taken the feedback about, please get rid of the bounties and the public events. That ain't there. That they haven't had enough time to implement that.
Right. No, I feel that. Yeah, Mr. Cat, I feel you. Give me a reason to keep coming back. That's all I want. Listen.
Yeah.
We'll have it. We'll have a new artifact. We'll have a new storyline, which we're dying to know. And we just need, like I said, we need content, respect of time investment, and we gotta see. I'm definitely looking forward to a new meta. I would love a new sandbox, which should happen. You know, they said it was an appetizer today, yesterday. So we should get some nice changes there, see what goes on, see what I'm dying to know what the artifact brings as far as the weapons they're going to push us towards. I'm very curious about that.
And I was like, because I think we had pulses in the first season and I haven't had them since. And I'm like, I'm using a pulse one more time before they're really all retired.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing. Like, as we go into next season, it'll be kind of the way to look into year 4. But it's like, also, I know these seasons have been set up this way. I want them to evolve the artifact in the fall. Because, column 1, champion mods. Column 2, reload perks. Column 3, glimmer stuff. Column 4 and 5,
stuff.
kind of tie into some of the seasonal stuff and whatever. But it was like, I've seen that same setup for a year, and while it's a way to mix some things up, I want to see an evolution of it at an expansion. I want to see an evolution. I don't know exactly what I want. I would like to see, somebody just say like, hey, you can earn your champion mod, you can earn an unstoppable mod, and it just goes in a primary. You're gonna earn and they can go in weapons, and maybe you have to go out and fight for them, maybe somewhere and earn those. But like the whole, hey, you're going to fight champions with sidearms and submachine guns. And I'm like, I have to go give a giant unstoppable ogre a hug just to shut him down. I'm like, that's terrifying.
Yes.
Like, some of it is like, with the weapon sunsetting and stuff like that, depending on what archetypes are active or not in tough activities, the more they keep shrinking down, you're going to be, it feels like if they don't give some flexibility, you're going to be like, they're like, hey, when you start a season, Bungie's basically going to tell you, so when you run Nightfalls, you're going to be running hand cannons for your unstoppable mods. You're going to be running this pulse rifle for your barrier mods. And it's like they're going to make it so cookie cutter. They take away almost the reason for some of the loot. So they need to give some flexibility both with the mods and the champions and all that stuff a little bit. That's a fall evolution I'm crossing my fingers for.
I'm with Sedfried. I am so sick of community events. I am so sick of do 3 weeks of this to build this thing together and let's do it, guys.
Fractaline stonk farming.
Bruh, I am so sick of we're almost gonna go 65 million public events, guys. Keep it going. Yeah, we're there. No, we're not there. That's not it. No more fake of community events, please, Bungie. I know we're gonna get one. I already know, because they got to stretch this thing out. I already know what they're gonna do.
And that's what I was like. Temper that stuff till September, because we stretching right now.
Come on, guys, 65,000 lost sectors. We can do it. We're almost there as a community. No, man. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to be the bad, bah humbug community member. When it comes to those, I am not participating. I am the Grinch. I am the Grouch. I am that guy of Christmas, bah humbug, no community event. See you next season when it's over or after the week, and I'll claim the rewards of your hard work. I'm telling you now. I am not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Please don't get it beat. Don't put it in a quest step that involves something and some cool exotic. Oh, no. So, because we got the young chat is on fire. Yeah, like, we just got to do something. I would like some cool story beats to continue. You know, whether it be lore. He's saying I'm the Scrooge of community. I am I own that. Yes, Slayer. I am the Scrooge of community events. I am bah humbug in your numbers and your stonks and your fractaline and all that.
Well, if you invest and get your compounding interest over weeks 1, 2, and 3, your payoff in week 4 is going to be much bigger if you hold off and do your investments and be like, what am I looking at? A stock ticker? What the hell? Like, fun in theory.
Flagway said make Cog an emote that's just walking around giving a fit. Bro, they got to make me the bah humbug community event emote.
It's just like it's a blurred hand.
Yeah.
It's the blur steamote on the blur steamote. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That's what I got.
I was like, see. Yeah, we got like next week's podcast is gonna be so much to talk about. Because this season we don't know. There's not like, hey, we got a trailer, we got a TWAB, nothing.
Nothing.
We spitballed for 2 hours, and you guys stuck with us, so thank you, first off.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, next week, long point, I'm sure. And we have a guest coming. I've sent you guys to him, some of my streams to him before, but if you guys have seen Amaze, Cognito's going to work on the intro, and that man may turn around and drop some bars.
Did some bars real quick.
Awesome guy. So he's not live right now, otherwise I'd send you guys over to him. But yeah, guest next week, and it's going to be an evening show as well. If you guys are listening and you want to catch it live, it will be an evening show. So think 6, 7 p.m. Eastern, something like that. It will be evening for sure. So just a switch in time. If you guys are listening to this one, you know what's coming next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I don't. At this point, I'm basically just going to be watching Twitter. I'm going to stare at the sun for the next 2 hours in game. If I see the sun doesn't change today, I'm going to go make a Zer video. I finished Spider-Man last night. By the way, you guys have a PS4. Please play Spider-Man.
Yes.
Oh my, like it was tugging heartstrings last night, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Good game.
Good game.
Good game. One of the best superhero character games too. Yeah, it's a really good game.
Somebody in my stream last night was saying like they liked the Spectacular Spider-Man story for comics, like the best portrayal of Spider-Man, and the game. And I was like, dude, it was good. Yep. It was very good. Yeah, I finished it, said Fred, last night.
Yes.
I was at like 67, 68% of the campaign. And then I went to kind of go do the next story mission. All of a sudden, it was like a couple things together. And then it was like, we're like going cinematics and rolling credits. I was like, oh, damn. Like it came faster than I thought it would. So, there's a joke in that sentence, by the way. Blow past that.
We've been on fire. You've been on fire today.
You guys don't know me. My mind lives half in the gutter. I just try and keep it at bay most of the time.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I love it.
All the time.
No doubt.
So, yeah, I was like, I mean, for me, I made it through a couple games, played Inside. I beat Neo 2.
Yes.
Except New Game Plus is like a whole different game of Neo 2, so there's so much more there. I'm probably not going to go full trophy list on Spider-Man, but this weekend, I might stock up some bounties. That's pretty much all I got left.
Yeah, I might have to get down with that.
Because my Titan's done.
Right.
So it would be Warlock and Hunter, so it's only 2. And then the big thing is, for anybody who listens to this, especially today or tomorrow, today being Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, if you don't have Fourth Horseman, you have one set of rotations of the quarry going through that lost sector left. One time, potentially, unless it's today's, then you might have 2. But you potentially have one more time that you see the lost sector that you can finish that quest.
Yeah.
So don't forget it. But yeah, I think I'm probably just going to like maybe play, maybe do, one more Pit of Heresy if I got, like, I will say Eris and I ran one of his friends through it.
Yeah.
Might have been done in 30 minutes. We blew through Pit of Heresy now.
You can blow through that. You can blow through
that. Especially once I take the time to practice, like, soloing one. I know everything to do, so now I'm like, I'll just play carelessly and I'll die more, but so much faster, like with multiple people in there. Oh my god, it's so nice.
Oh yeah. Take care of everything you guys got to take care of. Now you got that video coming, right? You got a little video coming, possibly, of things remaining bucket list items, or we doing Zer? Oh, it's up. Okay.
Yeah. So the one, yesterday. So I basically put up a big to-do list, and it's covering like all the stuff that's going away. Basically, everything related to the season is going. The public events where you can farm the Warmind mods. The bunkers are going away where you buy some of the other mods and also spend your currencies. If you have Warmind bits left over, you can spend the currencies on those chipsets and get like basically token packages from the bunker. That's how you can get some more rolls on these weapons. The weapons are still going to last for 9 months, and the mods are going to be on your character forever if you have them all. So you can toy around with Warmind cell builds for another 9 months if you have the weapons. Yeah. So don't forget about those. Those are actually fairly cool if you dive into a big build. And they're kind of one of the big underrated things. They're so underrated this season.
Very nice build with that. Absolutely.
Like the Fellwinter's Lie lore, which is just a crying shame that quest is leaving the game. That's the FOMO stuff that, like, I'll be happy that they stopped doing.
Yes.
Like having that, being able to go save Saint 14, being able to go into the moon bunker, like that stuff needs to hang around in the game for a while, and next year it will. But the lore for Fellwinter and Rasputin is legit. Yeah. Go see that stuff. It's awesome.
Facts. Really good stuff.
Your season pass, pull everything out of there.
Yes.
And also your previous season pass, if there's anything you forgot from Season of Dawn, you can go into Bungie.net, click on Season Progress, and it'll show you anything you didn't pick up from your previous season pass.
I didn't know that.
Send it straight into your character. They'll only do one previous season, so Dawn will be gone. But like I missed some glimmer, like one exotic engram. Glimmer. Like I clicked on it on the website. About half a second later, in-game. Like it's fast. And then exotic engram. Like go check all the place. So Bungie.net, check your season progress of previous season. Pull your stuff out. You got your triumphs. If there's anything else, like I need to go wear a full set of 7 Seraph armor and clean out a bunker. I literally just forgot. I don't care too much about triumphs, but I'm like, those are some pretty easy ones. I can probably do them.
Pretty easy one, yeah. You just got to clear that out.
So,
you're good.
Spend your currencies, like the bounties for the weapons. You've got the encrypted Warmind bits. It's 2 of those per bounty. And then you have your daily weapon purchase, which is only like 60. So you got to spend the chipsets. You can blow through most of those today if you want to.
Right.
Trying to think of anything else. And then, if you want to prepare, bounties. Weekly's the priority, then dailies, and then repeatables if you need to fill any holes, depending on how much time you put into it. But, like, it's your core activities. Don't save up, like, 7 Seraph. Like, don't save up bunker bounties. They're probably gone. So, like, Gambit, Strikes, Crucible, Gunsmith, and both Eris and the Lectern, those should all carry over. And between those 6 things, you're going to have a fair amount of activities. So
Absolutely.
But yeah, there's like 16 or 18 mods total. So try and get them all.
Yep.
But that's all I got.
Stacked and ready to go. And if you're doing your bounty thing, I got to start getting going on that just to get a little bit of a jump because I've been slacking. But I'll try to do those, have those ready to be cashed out on reset. So, provided Bungie doesn't do anything crazy and say, hey, those weeklies.
And that's a giant disclaimer. They could always be like, hey, bounty clean out. Like, they could do it. But they granted, at least be known that I've done it on one character and probably playing at least one more. So I'm going to put some time in betting that it's there because they haven't said it yet. So, just that.
That's what you got.
That's all I got. What do you got coming up? Anything weekend podcast? Any good stuff for you guys?
You know, Lord Cognito on Twitter. Iron Law. Now I want to jinx it, but potentially could be a big Sunday ILP.
Whoop, whoop.
So it could be. You know, I've been talking to 2. If people follow me on Twitter, there's been a philosophical debate that happened to jump on my timeline between. It started with me, and basically the question was, you know, whose philosophy as far as next generation do I kind of subscribe to? And normally I don't usually give my thoughts on Twitter like that because part of me is like, you know, I like to really, first of all, characters
I can tell you mine, but that's fine.
What you say?
It's like, I can tell you my theory on that.
Oh, okay. You want to go for it?
Me?
Now? Oh, okay. You just say it in general.
Oh, no, like for like the whole you're saying like the PS5, the next gen versus the like cross-gen Xbox. That's the big debate.
Versus, you know, start off on the new joint.
Yeah, I was like, honestly, there's upsides to both, but for my preference, it's PlayStation.
Right. So, and there's been a lot that echo the sentiment. So basically, how this whole thing started was people. Shout out Said Free. Wow, thank you, brother. He said, I finally got a chance to check out Iron Law podcast. Y'all legit. Hopefully, I'll tune into the next. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. So basically, I started out. Someone asked me this that I respect. I gave an answer, and I just said, look, I'm torn because I'm like UE. When new tech comes out, I like the latest, the greatest. I want to see the tech pushed. I'm a techie. I want to see the next generation, the evolution of what technically couldn't be done before.
Right.
But I did say, to the opposite side, where it'd be Xbox and Smart Delivery, I said, it is super pro-consumer that I can keep my, current gen titles or whatever. And then let's say, for example, Cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is going to have smart delivery. So if I buy Cyberpunk for the Xbox One X, when the Series X comes out, I'm going to have all these enhancements. I don't have to buy the game again, that kind of stuff. So that whole forward, backward compatibility, and then, enhanced stuff. So I understand both, kind of thing. So I just left it at that. I went to sleep. I didn't think anything else. So next thing I seen was, 2 executives that I really respect, you know what I'm saying? And kind of jumped on my timeline and was like, hey, God, you're kind of wrong because, basically they were saying that the old hardware doesn't the way game design works, it was explained like it doesn't hold it back. It's kind of like what Microsoft's doing as a PC kind of a thing where, you know, the 1060, the 2080 is not held back by the 1060 kind of thing. So I'm like, okay, this person's in the industry. I trust your judgment. You've been around game development. Thank you for input. I'm thinking it's done, right? Ready to go back.
I was like, I'm sorry, but I can honestly like say that's not 100% right. But anyway.
Well, this person went into a 6-tweet thread.
I believe it.
Who is part of game design.
But like literally the way game
to me, wow, that's
continue.
No, he just said to me that was a false choice that I presented, and that game design no longer works like that. And that he said there are some exceptions, but the gist of what he said was that, you know, the idea of things being held back because of the older thing is not true, which was surprising because I thought it was the case. Yeah, I'll show you the tweets. So that was one exec. Then another exec jumped in and said, "Yeah, Cog, I hear what you're saying on a tough choice, but you know, I want the latest and greatest in technology to be pushed." So I said, "Well, look, I respect both of you guys. How about you come on ILP to talk about it?" So they are both, you know, in the industry. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to jinx it because they're very prominent people. Hopefully, you know, we will get this happen this Sunday. If not, you know,
sometime soon. Hopefully, work on it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so it's in the works. Hopefully it happens this Sunday. It'll be great. So it's kind of like a mini pseudo debate between two executive friends that I really respect.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. So we'll see if it happens. And yeah, man, that's kind of like the plan. Obviously, Lords of Gaming down there, please check that out for us. A lot of tremendous. Shout out to Josh Reddish. Shout out to the whole team, man. Put out a tremendous statement, you know, in reference to what's going on, kind of similar to what we did today. And just, you know, providing information, things. If you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to help, you know, it's been some really, really cool. Actually, I'll put a link in here so you can see it. And it's from the Lords of Game account. Check that out when you get a chance. So cool. Very proud of my team, you know, with that. And then, yeah, check out King of Statues. My boy King David, if you're into Marvel, DC, and all the comics and stuff like that, these tremendous pieces he's doing. And he also gives you a synopsis of the character. If you don't know too much about them, different from like the Marvel universe, cinematic universe, check that out. And of course, the last word. First of all, now, real talk, man. You're my bro. Super proud of you, man. You have no idea how much your words resonated with me. Super proud to call you a friend. And man, you touched the soul earlier today. So Iron Lord, salute to you and our friendship. And I love what we do. I love doing the show with you. I love working with you. And these are the reasons why. And I put this tweet out. This is more than just a podcast for me. You are a friend, and I really enjoy working with you. And these are the reasons why I'm super proud to call you a friend. So thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate it. Same to you. It's like when I called, we talked for a long time. Yeah, we are in a time that is, at least in my life, unlike anything in history. And as I was just saying at the beginning, it's like, all I can say is at this point, it shouldn't be for nothing. And at this point, it needs to be the time that we all need to come together for the right thing. And it's like, there is not two sides. There's a right side of this. There's not two sides. There's one proper side to be on this one. And I'm hoping with enough like coming together and enough like peaceful action done by the correct people and getting the wrong people out of power and all that type of, hopefully there can be some change to see for all of the things that are wrong right now.
Absolutely, brother. I agree, man. Couldn't have said it better. Like I said, any questions, you know, reach out. Everybody, you know, you got a question, you don't know what to do, you're looking for help, you know, ask someone, you know, what could I do to help to try to improve this situation? Because like we said before, you know, the corporate hashtags are cool, you know, that's cute, you know what I'm saying? But we want action. This cannot be in vain. We have to use this as a learning moment and a teaching moment. And to come together, we're all human beings. You know what I'm saying? This really affects everyone. This is a that serious an issue because this is police brutality. This affects everybody. So let's do it, man. But salute to the chat for rocking with us, man. Super proud of you guys. You know, we definitely wanted to get that message across today. So super proud.
Yeah. So I mean, on that, I think that's where we're gonna wrap this thing up. I'm gonna send you guys over to OB Katie Cat. Definitely give her some love this morning. She's kicking some butt, I think, working on some Nightfalls this morning. If you guys are listening on audio, go check her out. She's an awesome streamer. Does so many like raid helps and carries and things. She's really, really cool. OBKATIEKAT. Go check her out. I'm going to send you guys over there. She's making a partner push, so always trying to send big love that we can. And as for everybody in chat, everybody out there in the world, whether you're driving around in the car, listening to this, catching us live, all of these things, take a second and let's see if we can make this a better country to live in.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
So for this episode, 106 for the last word. June 5th. It's going to be an interesting time next week. We got our guest Amaze coming on. Should be an awesome one next week to chat about. We'll be in the evening. Again, a reminder. But that is basically all we've got. So for this episode, it has been the last word.